because lunch bell is going to ring in about 30 seconds, and you're going to see the real happen. Yeah.
Okay, so this is YouthCast, and it's here sometimes, not other times, but we're here now. So Abby, you're not on your phone. You're on a computer, actually.
No, I am on my phone.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
I am.
All right, hi. You guys want to just say where you are briefly? I will. Harry, where are you right now?
I am in Mexico City at the American School Foundation. So, yep.
I'm in Canton, Ohio.
You're in Ohio, yes. Cool. Abby, have you made any decisions yet? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I always pose the question that way.
Decisions about?
Well, you're a senior in college or in high school, so I figure April's about the time to make decisions, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm in between Hampshire College and Syracuse University.
Syracuse and Hampshire. Oh, okay. At least you'll be in a cold place, you know that.
I know. I have to decide by like Monday, so we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. So Paige is running the Youth Action Film Festival, yeah. And her school is again messing around with her schedule, so she couldn't make it. But the deadline for that is May 1st.
Yeah. I thought we sent that flyer out one more time to our student body this morning on the announcements, and I know there was one student who followed this and other people in the film clubs. So.
We're getting you most of the time, but not when you move here. And
sorry, can you repeat that again?
We're getting you most of the time, but not when you move.
Yeah. It's just the student during school. It's the most impossible class, except for maybe sometimes lunch, and that's going to happen here in about 5 minutes. Thursday to swing by when he can, if he can during lunch, and it's just really hard.
So, any progress on the or thoughts about the where I'm from zine idea?
See. We started to take applications for the magazine starting in the end of May because our senior.
I didn't understand that. Sorry.
On a magazine right now, we are taking applications for people for next year, and we have 15 that are interested in just having a new division called the Zine Division. And that would be just, their focus would be just making a zine every month. And we thought that that initial group that's coming in that wants to have a zine department, their first task would be to put this where I'm from together to show what like a team could do for us. So
that'd be great because there are literally, I think, probably 200.
Yeah.
That's too many for a zine, but that's okay.
But maybe they could do different.
Some of them are amazing and others aren't.
Yeah. We could do several different editions of that, you know, I think. But
yeah, but let's get one done.
Yeah, right. So at the end of this week, we're going to have the applications for everybody that's interested in doing that. And then we start picking next week and getting them together for a meeting and saying, okay, this is kind of a short-term plan of what we want to do. So it should happen within the next week and a half to 2 weeks, actually having people.
Okay.
And get together, yeah.
And I'll let the network know that that might be happening, and if they have any that they want to get up, they should do it. Yeah.
That would be really cool. We have 7 girls that are 100%. They definitely want to do it for sure, and they like the idea of the zine, and they did a couple mock ones already. But they said, look, we want to be part of the Repentina next year, but the part we want to be a part of is running the zine section, so they definitely want to do it.
That's exciting. Great. Now let's see how we can do it. You're not going to be the advisor anymore, is that right? Or
Yeah, well, that was the plan, but the admin didn't like that plan. So what I'm doing is I'm grabbing 2 more advisors so that I don't have such a heavy load. And then
I'm just inviting you to hand it off to somebody if they could join us.
Yeah, I have 2 teachers that are somewhat interested, but I wanted them to take a little bit more of the bulk so I have more time for projects like this. So, yeah.
So good. Let me pivot to Abby. And when I realized it would probably be Harry and you and me, I did think to ask you, or sort of, I don't know how you feel, but you must be feeling this way as a senior in April. Like the year is winding down kind of thing. But CU4C has been an important part of your work. And I'd love to hear a little more. That came from the summertime. And again, I'm curious to know who the adults are who helped you with that, if you don't mind talking about that a little bit, and what that project has meant to you, because it's a youth-centered and youth-sponsored project, and that's kind of exciting. So as a model for how other youth might do it, I'm interested. And then also, this is a big question, so you can take whatever part of it. Also, how you see yourself continuing in it or handing it off to somebody. What do you think?
Yeah. So
Where did it start? First of all, yeah.
Jennifer Klein was the one that helped us create it over the summer, and she hasn't been like super involved with it, but we've like asked her questions about different things, and like she's been helpful in basically advising. I don't know exactly what she does, to be honest, but I think she just moved, so that's also interesting. I'm not entirely sure.
So, fair enough. Okay.
But we Facebook message with her a lot, and she helps us when we have questions, and she helps us connect with Boom Pay. And Hendo in Boom Pay, he is one of the leaders at the school there. He's been helping us a lot as well, connecting with, like the girls in Boom Pay and what we need to do to be able to ship things and what they want to be done and things like that. On with it, I would going to stay with like the national part of it for my school specifically. I hope that maybe an underclassman wants to like take it over and maybe do some local projects. But like for the whole organization, I hope that like I can continue, like doing stuff like this and like doing stuff with like Boom Pay and like globally, and then maybe take it to college, maybe try and, start a chapter at whatever college I go to try and carry it on there.
Mm-hmm. So whatever college you go to, you have to figure out how that fits in. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely.
Huh. Cool. So even though we call it a student-run organization, the interaction with those leaders you mentioned feel like it was important. Yeah.
Yeah, they're important in like guiding us in what's the best courses of action to take and like, things that we need to be doing. But we have taken it upon ourselves to, like organize all of our events and fundraise all of our money and, file all the papers we need to file and things like that. So they've been really good to us, but not necessarily do everything, which is like a lot of clubs, like the adult does everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's how it's a little bit different.
Did you guys get a nonprofit status or not?
Not yet. So I just turned 18 and I'm working on getting us a bank account because my name is like the president is on everything. So I can get us a bank account now that I'm 18. And once we have a bank account, I think that I can try and file us for tax exemption status. We're technically still a nonprofit in the state of Ohio, even without tax exemption, but soon.
Wow, that's kind of exciting.
Mm-hmm. That's really exciting.
That part of raising money is interesting. Yeah. Cool. So you decided to send some money for the lamps at this point?
We're actually buying the lamps and having them shipped there. I think that we just decided that So we have enough money to send 200, but we want to do it in a safe way where we can send it with insurance, so they don't get stolen or lost on the way there when they get there. And there's a lot of custom taxes and things like that. So I think that we're going to start off and send 100 of them with the insurance and everything, and then because I don't know if we have enough money for all the insurance if we send 200, and also this might be a little bit safer if it's just 100. So I think we're going to start by sending 100 probably in the next week.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Would you mind writing up a post like that you're doing that? That would be interesting. Like and
yeah,
the
definitely.
decisions you just went through there would be interesting to hear about too.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a lengthy process, so there will be a lot to write.
That would be really interesting for people.
Yeah.
This is a model that others might be able to follow, and if you get it down. And your attempt to become a tax, I'm saying the wrong thing, but
Tax exempt.
Tax exempt, is that right? Okay. Organization is interesting too. Those are two different things, but yeah, I'd love to hear some of that. It's great.
Yeah, I can definitely do
What else
that.
do you think youth need to hear to do a similar organization? What if they wanted to create their own CU4C? Like so let me just say, there are going to be summer camps and summer work classes or whatever they call them, programs throughout the country, and some youth might want to try to do something like you did last summer. How do they connect to CU4C and or start their own kind of thing?
Yeah, so definitely. If they want to connect with CU4C, it's pretty easy. You just have to, like get people in your school and just talk to us, and like that's pretty much it. And you can have like an adult advisor if you want to from your own school, but it's not necessarily necessary. I think that like rules based on like how many events you have to be like a CU4C club or whatever. But I think that if people want to start like their own organization, it's really important to like have an adult advising you, not necessarily doing things, but just advising you. And it's really important for, like the students like kind of take charge in it and like decide what they want to do and how they want to do it and the timeline that they want to do it, and get people that will be dedicated to doing it. Because without like people that are dedicated to doing it, it just kind of fizzles and it's not very successful.
Is it fair? Your project was an international project. Is that the heart of CU4C? You think is to find an international project to raise money for, to support in some way?
Not really. We kind of decided that we just want our focus to be sustainability, and whatever that means to whatever community. We wanted our local organizations to do like a local project while maybe like fundraising a little bit for the national project, because the national project will probably be international, like the Boom Pay project. We didn't really get as far as we wanted to be able to do a local project along with that, but really cool for different schools to do different sustainability projects. Like one thing that I wanted to do in my school was raise money to get water fountains that have the water bottle, so you can like put your water bottle under it. I wanted to do that, but we didn't really have enough time or funds to be able to do that. So
I didn't know about that project though. That's cool. That's interesting.
Yeah. I wanted to do that. That would have been really cool. And I wanted to get like reusable water bottles that were like $1 a piece that we could sell like in the school, so that people would stop buying like plastic water bottles and then they could just keep refilling them. But maybe someone will.
That's certainly interesting to compare when you think about what's going on in Flint too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly how that fits, but it's got to fit somehow.
Yeah.
So just to summarize though, because you just said it very fast, this summer the group of you came up with a goal around an issue, like, and your issue was sustainability, right? Sustainability.
Yeah.
And then you figured out what a project would be that would be about that in local, national, and then international places. Is that a fair model?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And by the way, the girls' day in a girl's life thing on YouTube is still growing. Or at least there's a lot there. It's interesting. Somebody could go there and kind of edit some of that together at some point. I wonder if anybody will. But in general,
if I have time.
yeah, in general, it does seem to me that, just like our YouthCast is coming, it's here sometimes, not all the time. It's like you said, you don't always reach your goals with C4C, but it's your first year, and like people can build on it. I think as long as
definitely
recognize that both the new groups recognize that somebody tried this last year and this is what they did, and everybody support each other. So I hope to help catalyze some of that. Harry, you have any quick thoughts?
We did this year. I know a group of our students. They did that water bottle. They put water fountains into our school that have.
Oh, really? That happened?
And they fill the water bottles there. It's pretty awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and it's a great.
Wow, you didn't know about that, right? That would have been cool for you to know.
I could find out details. But I mean, one day they were just here, but I knew that there was a student group that were fundraising and they were selling things periodically and got them put in. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, it's a good
awesome.
project. Yeah.
Do you know, is there an organization that helps schools do that? There probably is.
But I could find out if that was something connected to us here and see if they had any organizations. That wouldn't take very long to find out. But yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I like that project a lot. I think it's cool. But I'd like to keep on making sure that every year we pick up either another project or at least always have one that involves students from another school. Just because I don't know, it's become really a good tool for our students to bridge a gap and reach students in another part of the world. I think it's a good project. I'd like to always keep that as part of our thing.
Cool. So this is the room where at 3 o'clock I have, at this point there are 9 youth very, very involved in making a website that we're calling Durable Dreams. We reported on that a few weeks ago. But it's about telling their own stories about how they ended up in a transfer high school and are to graduate. But also then we've looked at an old video from 1993 where young people back then said, who were in transfer schools also. And they want to find out where those people are now.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're going to go onto college campuses and interview college kids and say, okay, how are things going now for you? So sort of like looking back and looking forward in our educational careers is what we're to. And it's all about dreams, meaning all of this sort of setbacks that you've suffered don't prevent you from reaching your dreams is the hope. But so we're working away at it.
That's cool. Is that going to be like a separate publication or like a?
It's a website, and we're going to remix a video in that website. The website is durabledreams.net.
Durable Dreams?
Yeah, Durable Dreams.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, ongoing project.
That's cool. It's a good project.
Sometime toward the beginning of June, we hope.
We need to get people like all our organizations and groups. That'd be cool to spread that around different places because I like that project a lot. I think that's a really cool project. It gives a lot of people a different way of interviewing other people and learning how to do like a podcast with that. Or I think that's a really cool project. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I'm trying to put it all up in LRNG, but that's a process. It's slow, but yeah. So anyway, we've done our reports. Abby, where are you right now? Are you in front of your school? Looks like a sunny day there today.
No, I'm at a coffee shop outside.
Coffee shop. Okay. Very cool. Well, thanks for joining us, and Harry, thanks for coming in. Your connection is solid right now.
Yeah, it's because I'm in the school, so the school is a good connection, but when I go home, not so good. So yeah.
Good.
But we'll get Jose involved with because he knows these girls and he'll be working with them in developing the zine department. So we can get him to be more of a spokesperson for making sure that message gets them and starting to work on this project. I think he'll be excited about that.
Is there any way we could try to plan to meet at this time with that group or not? Is that possible, you think?
I think I could probably arrange, if I do like a week ahead of time, I could get that group to say, hey, during lunch, we're going to have pizza. So come over to the library. And
can you try that for next week?
Yeah.
And we'll try to hook that up.
Sure.
Yeah. There is a literary magazine person who's involved with Youth Voices in Utah who might want to connect with this too. So let's see.
12:35 to 1:05 is the time that they have lunch. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that would work if we could do that.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Eric.
Yeah,
Thanks, Ed. Let's keep going.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.